topic Michelson interferometer. Okay, one of the most important topic here. The Michelson interferometer, it was discovered by Albert Michelson, okay, in the 1887. So this Michelson interferometer mainly worked on the principle of division of amplitude of light. Okay, so the amplitude of light source is divided into two parts of equal intensities by partial reflection and refraction. These beams are sent into direction or brought together after reflection from plane mirrors to produce a interference fringes. It means a single light source, you have to divide it into two parts due to the reflection and refraction, and there will be two lights brought together, and here it will be form the interference pattern. Okay, and this is the main principle of the Michelson interferometer. How it will be, you will get at the last. Now the construction of the Michelson interferometer. Okay, here the construction is, you have to consider the two main optical systems here, M1 and M2. These are the two mirrors with a polished surface with a silvered coating, and these two plane mirrors parallel and here you have to take the two glass plates G1 and G2, you have to kept parallel to each other, and then the plate G1 is half silvered. You have to coated with a half silver the plate G1, and these are the two glass plates having the same thickness, and you have to kept these two plates at exactly 45 degree, and you have to adjust these two mirrors at perpendicular to each other. You have to kept these two mirrors at exactly perpendicular to each other. The mirror M1 is fitted with a two movable rods. This mirror M1 is fitted with the two movable rods. It can help to move the mirror in a parallel directions, and this movable mirror helps to minimize the interference pattern about 10 to the power minus 5 meter. Okay, and the mirror M1 and M2 are provided with a leveling screws. Here the provided with a leveling screws. These two leveling screws are helps to adjust the mirrors exactly perpendicular to each other. And here this is the telescope. This telescope helps to observe the interference pattern, and these are the scales to measure the thickness of the fringes. Okay, this whole is the construction. So very construction is easy. You have to consider a source S and lens L, and here the main optical instruments we are using the two mirrors. These two mirrors are silver coated, and these you have to kept perpendicular to each other. Then you have to consider the two glass plates, they are parallel to each other. You have to kept these two plates at 45 degree, and the G1 plate is a half silver, and this is the telescope. We have to observe the interference pattern. This is the simple construction of the Michelson's interferometer. And next you have to know about the working of this Michelson's interferometer. What is the working? Initially, so you have to incident a light from the light source S on a lens L, and this lens L helps to make these rays to exactly horizontal. exactly horizontal, and this source S you have to kept at a principal axis of this lens, and the horizontal ray will be incident on the glass plate G1, and this glass plate is half silvered, so because it will be transmit one ray from this side, one ray towards the mirror M2, and it will be reflect another ray towards the M1. So when the ray reflected from the glass plate G1, it reaches to the M1. Okay, the path AC you have to take. After reaching the mirror M1, again it will be reflected back. Again it will be reflected back, and it will be transmit to this mirror G1, and it will be reaches to the telescope. Okay, so initially it will be passes 3 times in this glass plate G1. It will be incident on the plate 1, and it will be reflected and reaches to the M1, and it will be back. Again it will be reflected and it will be reaches to the telescope. Okay, it will be transmit 3 times inside the glass plate, and next the one ray is transmitted from the G1. That transmitted ray will be passes reaches to the mirror M1 along with the path AB. Okay, and this one is the G2, the similar plates. This one you have to call it as a compensating plate. I will tell you about the compensating plate later, and it will be reaches to the mirror M2 and reflected back, and again it will be reaches the G1, and it will be comes to the telescope T. So here the 2 rays are come here, one from the reflected, one from the transmitted. These 2 rays form the interference pattern in this telescope. And here the about compensating plate. So the compensating plate is used here. So because here the 3 times passes through the G1. Which one? The ray, reflected ray will be 3 times passes, but this transmitted ray, it will be transmit only 1 time. So you have to equalize the amplitude of these 2 rays. Equalize the amplitude of these 2 rays. At that time you have to insert the compensating plate in between the glass plate G1 and mirror M2. Okay, at the path AB you have to kept the plate G2. So it will be transmit once in G1, and it will be reflected at plate G2, and it will be reaches to the M2, and it will be back. Again it will be reflected. Here also 3 times reflection will be takes place, 1, 2 and 3. Again it will be reaches to the plate G1, and it will be reflect and incident on the reflect and transmitted towards the telescope. Okay, so because compensating the amplitude, or it will be equalize the wavelength of these 2 rays. You have to using the compensating plate. Okay, this is the whole working of the Michelson interferometer. So simply I will explain it once. First ನೀವು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಸ್ದಿಂದ ಲೈಟ್ನ ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಈ ರೇಸ್ನ ಹಾರಿಜಾಂಟಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾರಿಜಾಂಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ G1 ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಫಾಲ್ ಆಕೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ G1 ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಬಿದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಒಂದು ರೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಿರರ್ M1 ರೀಚ್ ಆಕತಿ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ರೇ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಿರರ್ M2 ರೀಚ್ ಆಕತಿ. ಸೊ M1 ರೀಚ್ ಆದದ್ದು 3 ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ G1. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತೆ 2 times. ಅಗೇನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರಿಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ come back and reflect 3 times, but this is the only one time. ಸೊ ಈ ಎರಡೂ ಥರ ರೇಸ್ ದ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಯಾವ ಟು ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ದ ಕಾಂಪನ್ಸೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ G1 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ M2. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಾಂಪನ್ಸೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಪನ್ಸೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ದಾಗ 2 ಸಲ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಕೈತಿ. ಪಾಸಾಗಿ ಇದ್ರ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಟೆಲಿಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ರೀಚ್ ಆಕೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಈಕ್ವಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂದ್ರೆ the 2 rays of a same amplitude will be fall on the telescope and we will get the interference pattern. Okay, these are the 2 mirrors. ಇವೆರಡು ಮಿರರ್ಸ್ ಅಗದಿ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಮಿರರ್ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಸೈಡ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ ಕೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ G1 ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಹಾಫ್ ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇವು 2 ರೇಸ್ ಏನು ನಮ್ಮದು ಮೇನ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ರೇ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಇದರದ್ದು ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡಿವೈಡ್ ದ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್. Divide the amplitude, reflection and refraction. Again these 2 rays are coincide and it will be form the interference pattern. This is about the principle here I told initially. Okay, this is the working of Michelson interferometer. And next you have to discuss about the 2 types of fringes will be formed on this telescope. One type is circular fringes, another type is straight fringes. Okay, so you have to discuss about the 2 types of fringes, circular fringes and straight fringes. So here circular fringes we have to discuss about. So exactly ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ circular fringes ಒಳಗೆ. So here you have to consider a source S1. So S1 is the virtual source or it is the image of the source S. So this source S1 will be formed behind the eye at plate G1. ಈ G1 ದಾಗ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಮಿರರ್ M1 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ M2. ಸೊ ಈ ಲೈಟ್ ರೇಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬೀಳ್ತೈತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಿರರ್ M1 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ M2 ಡ್ಯಾಶ್. ಸೊ M1 it is the mirror M1 and M2 dash it is the image of the M2 and it will be formed on the glass plate. It will be formed due to the glass plate G1. Okay, so ಈ ರೇಸ್ ಯಾವಾಗ M1 M2 dash ಮೇಲೆ ಬೀಳ್ತೈತಿ ಅವಾಗ it will be reflected and they will be reaches the telescope or eye, your eye. So when these rays are reflected and they will be extended here and they will be reaches the S1 and S2. These are the 2 virtual sources formed due to the S dash. These are the 2 virtual sources formed due to the S dash. ಇವೆರಡು ವರ್ಚುವಲ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್, ಇವೆರಡು ಥರ ನಡುವಿನ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರ್ತೈತಿ 2D ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಬಟ್ M1 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ M2 ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇದೆ ನಡುವಿನ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ D ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರದ್ದು 2 ಪಟ್ಟ ಇವೆರಡು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ನಡು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, S1 and S2 are 2 virtual sources are formed and the reflection of these 2 rays are coincide at a telescope and form the circular fringes inside the telescope. Okay, so when you adjust the M1 and M2 dash, at that time the size of the circular fringes will be changes. Okay, it will be changes and these rays are reflected with an angle theta. These rays are reflected with an angle theta. So the even reflected rays ಅಂತಲ್ಲ ಇವ ಎರಡು ಕೂಡಿ interference pattern ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, and here the 2 sources having the path difference is 2D cos theta. These 2 sources having a path difference is 2D cos theta. And now you have to find the bright fringes and dark fringes. Okay, so at bright fringes it is having a maximum path difference, and at dark fringes it is minimum path difference. And here you have to consider there is an additional path difference lambda by 2 caused in the beam reflected at mirror M2 dash. So M2 dash will reflect adada, it takes additional path difference lambda by 2. The total path difference is 2d cos theta plus lambda by 2. For dark fringes, 2d cos theta plus lambda by 2 equal to 2m plus 1 lambda by 2. And 2d cos theta equal to, you have to send this lambda by 2 on this side, and you have to take a common, you will get the m lambda. Already we discussed for the reflection and transmission condition for my maxima and minima. You get the equation number 1. For bright fringes here, so 2d cos theta plus lambda by 2 equal to m lambda. So m lambda minus lambda, common lambda by 2, 2m minus 1. The both cases the given values of d, m and lambda and angle theta will be constant, hence the locus of fringes is constant. So here radii of circular fringes are proportional to the square root of the natural numbers. In radii of circular fringes, these are the proportional to the natural number. The radii of these fringes will be proportional to the natural numbers, square root of natural numbers. And next I have to discuss about the second type of fringes, and this second type of fringes is localized fringes or straight fringes. So this localized fringes or straight fringes, here the fringes are formed, straight fringes are formed. So these fringes are formed due to the position of the M1 and M2 dash. So M1 and M2 are exactly coincide, at that time the straight fringes are formed. If the M1 and M2 dash are not exactly coincide, M2 dash is below the M1, at that time the curved wedge shaped fringes will be formed. At that time M2 dash is above the M1 at cross line, at that time here on opposite direction the curved wedge shaped fringes will be formed. So when they are exactly coincide, at that time only the straight fringes will be formed. Okay, you have to observe clearly this one, you have to understand this one. At that time you will got the how the fringes will be formed. So this is the source S1. So source S ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ನಮ್ದು, ಅದರದ್ದು ಇಮೇಜ್ S1 ಎದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ G1 ದಾಗ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಏನು G1 ಇರ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಲ್ಲ S1, ಅದು ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಿರರ್ M1 ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ M1 ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಅದರ ಕೆಳಗೆ M2 ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. M2 ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ M2. ಆ M2 ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇಮೇಜಲ್ಲಿ M1 ಕೆಳಗೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದಿ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ G1, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈ ಎರಡು ರೇಸ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಫ್ರಮ್ M1 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ M2, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ರೀಚಸ್ ದ ಟೆಲಿಸ್ಕೋಪ್ T. ಸೊ ಇವೆರಡು ಏನು ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅವೆರಡೂ ಕೂಡಿ ಎರಡು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ S1 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ S2 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾವೆ. ದಿಸ್ S1 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ S2 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಟೂ ವರ್ಚುವಲ್ ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ the path difference between the two coherent sources, virtual or coherent sources ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Two coherent sources having 2d cos theta, and the 2d is the path between S1 and S2, d is the path between M1 and M2 dash. Using this path difference of two coherent sources, you will finding the maxima and minima, bright and dark fringes. In the next class, we have to discuss about the application of Michelson interferometer, as well as how to determine the wavelength of this monochromatic light. It is one of the application of the Michelson interferometer.